We just bought a Boeing 747 and it's so obnoxiously big. We brought this cockpit all the way from Texas, USA. It ended up in the middle of nowhere, just north of Sydney, Australia. In 7 days, we have to rip this thing apart and somehow fit it in a shipping container. Let's go. Going to Texas.
Now, let's have a quick look at the history of the aircraft. JA8961 entered service with ANA in May of 1993. It was built to serve ANA's domestic routes with a high-density seat configuration, 565 seats. It retired in March 2014, making its way to Tupelo, Mississippi for storage, where it was used for parts and the cockpit was cut out. Now, let's get back to it.
Made it to Dallas and just about to start boarding. So we're heading to Austin now. I'm on a mission. I'm picking up the sim. So I'm here. Let's go check it out. Just made it inside and check it out. It's a full cockpit from the real plane that wraps around. You even got underneath all the original wiring and everything. So let me go up and show you. This is a big project. We've got to somehow bring this back to Australia. See her in all her glory. Nice cream seats that's been fully refurbished, and you've even got, like, here, this is like MCP Cat 3 from Lufthansa. So it's been a pretty big day. I'll give you a bit of a tour. How about that? I've got to start tearing it apart to prep it for shipping. So I've got to remove the rear two seats. Here we have the power going into the actual cockpit itself. Got the air conditioning ducting there. Underneath here you have original wiring looms with the cable number, which corresponds to the wiring diagram. Here we have a NASA T-38 tail, which we're also taking back to Australia. You can see it wraps around. You got the P6 breakers there, collimated visual system down here, distribution boards from the equipment bay, main equipment center with all the relays, and so this is what will drive systems in the aircraft as well. Then we've got some computers. In all these tubs there is different panels of stuff which I have to wrap up. This is just one to give you an example. Every single panel from the aircraft we have, very cool. So I'm going to move the T-38 tail out the way. I bust open all the tools. We're going to get into it and it's going to be amazing. It's now 12:30, half past midnight, and I am hot in here, man. But we got the jump seats out. It's down there. No worries whatsoever, but it's all coming along really well. Okay, so back here, it's now morning. Now we've got to focus on pulling the front seats out, start pulling all the trim out. That's something I want to work out today, is where are we going to cut it. My guess is going to be somewhere alongside, either in the middle of the rear window. Preferably, we can cut it back here behind the window. I have a gut feeling that we might not be able to. It's a learning journey. It's a process. So libraries now come out. Ducting for the air vent, it's for the microphone, the 1/4 inch TRS. So you can see all the wiring that comes up, feeds up through and distributes down to each cannon plug. It's more like terminal blocks, I'm guessing, or something similar on this side. The cockpit library was so difficult because somehow when it's up against the fiberglass, you got to get in and up and through it. Oh, for f***'s sake. Check this out. This is something that is pretty cool. This bottle here, window shield washer. Only that water is probably like 15 years old. So here is the trim that's out so far, but you can see some of the overhead trim here, and it's very interesting seeing wood, but that's the front side of the library. This is the 115 volt 400 hertz inverter. See the P6 sitting there ready to be pulled out. I'm going to attack that next. We're keeping the original Boeing wiring intact. I only had to snip a few sections of cable. Everything else just unplugged from the cannon plugs. And once those bolts in the floor are out, it slides out, but it needs a lot of levering and a lot of work. So you can see all the original Boeing wiring here. Each of these goes to the main distribution board underneath the cockpit, which was originally from the MEC bay. I was to pull fuel shut-off valve. Pull that. That would then kill all the relays for like the fuel shut-off system. Check this out. Finally being craned down. Look at that. Alrighty, she's now had a safe landing. So, time to call it a night. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. A-team back here this morning. Now cracking into the overhead. I'm busy working away here and we've lost power. Time is about 2:30. I've finally done all of the circuit breakers. So now it's in the morning, knocked off at 4. Now we're going to smash out this side, undo all the front, like all the nuts that hold the breakers on. So all I have to do is pick it out and label, and then we can pull the overhead frame out. So it's all good fun and games. Here we go. So now the overhead panel is out. There it is. Now we have to pull all the wires back, loose all the wires on this side, and then drape everything to that side due to having to cut it for the container. Final stages of the rear section. There's probably about a day's worth of work pulling all the looms out of the way of the cut. The rear half has to be cut that way in order to fit it in the container. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys. All the cannon plugs and the cable looms that run to the forward overhead being free from all the cable tie holders. Everything is free, and the cut line will come through this rear window straight up and over. All of it's now back. But now all there is to do is to pull back all of the cables on this side and all up here. Looks scary, but what was there was scarier. So all the cables this side, the trim here has to come out, then the rear windows have to come out, and then it's just sorting out underneath. Let me show you what's underneath. Look under here, you can see that they've been cut at this point, attached up, and then they poke up through the floor, and then that's where they head up into the shell up there. So I have to snip all of this and pull back what needs to be going up the top, and then this is where the cut will be. So right in through here, got to remove all of this. I've got to remove like the rudder fuel unit and the speed brake actuator and all that sort of stuff, and that runs all through here. Alrighty, so the window is now out, and you can see because I'm standing in it. The window is out. Here are the windows. You can see how thick they are. I think that's it for one night. It's pretty early in the morning here, 4:30. Tomorrow's job is pulling it all across, and then I've also got this whole half to do, which is twice as much. Got a lot of work. All that is left is the pedestal, front fiberglass removal. There's a little box on the floor to the left where the briefcase sits. There's the frame that is riveted in, which I might have to drill out. But then it's just bubble wrapping, man. And then we're done. Oh, and cutting, and creating one, and loading. So good fun. We've just stripped the pedestal out. I've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dustin, out here to help. He's an absolute legend. Just busted our balls getting that machine out. Bottle quadrant and pedestal bay. It's all out now. She's out. Hell yeah. Alrighty, so you guys can see that all the cabling is now over to one side, so I had to bring it up through the floor, pull it right back, and then all the way across, and that's supported now. Here you can see the bare aluminium. It's all coming along, and we're in the final stages here. I've just packed this back room here. Give us some room, because tomorrow we are moving the cockpit. We're cutting the cockpit, and then we're going to rotate the whole base, creating the big collimated system off. That's like 6 meters long. What the setup we've got going on. I've removed the distribution boards here. A huge thank you if you're still watching. Remember to smash down that like button and subscribe for all the latest updates, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, because we're going to be putting out so many updates across our socials, so stay tuned for more.
She's eating.
Fun fact. This aircraft accumulated 33,751 flight cycles. That's an average of 4.4 cycles per day for its entire career at ANA.
She's moving. Yo, look at that. Wow. Yep, we're clear. Happy days. And now the cockpit, which stops there now. And the top half is currently cut now, and so Dustin's now just doing the bottom part. What do you reckon, Dustin?
Oh, about 10 minutes.
Happy days. Righto, so the cut's been done, top and bottom, and we're just about to lift it out. What do you reckon, Dustin? How's it gonna go?
It may go well, maybe it'll go well, it may not go well. The idea is that we're gonna lift it with the strap. If it doesn't, it'll fall down, and we'll pick it back up again.
Here we go.
Damn, is there still a piece of it connected?
Here trying to separate it, and we've got a little tiny piece of aluminium holding this whole thing together. That there.
Up with the forklift with that.
We picked up the whole cockpit with the forklift on that amount of aluminium. Come apart now. This is the gangway being removed. Now all that's left to do is grind off a couple of those things and then lift the cockpit off. Final stages are left. Justin's lining up the fork tines. It's coming down, baby. Look at that, not bad, good size. Yee-hoo! My collimator system's on fire. The system is on fire, and that is because of the mirror. The mirror is reflecting up and it's burning. Wow, that's crazy. Currently, Monday afternoon. The semi is coming tomorrow with the 40-foot shipping container. You can see here I've got my collimated systems that are now undone. And we've also got these whopping big boxes, they're cardboard boxes. Everything that we need for this cockpit is going in them. Are about to move the cockpit because what we have to do is we're now forked in from the front. We have to turn it around, fork in from the side in order to get it in the container for tomorrow. Fork the sim onto the road, move the forklift, and then come in from the other side and have a go at it. You can now see that she's in there, and this is the half two of two, and this is the other section which we've already flipped. It's been a successful flip. We now just have to start palleting up all the components, and tomorrow as we start preparing to load tomorrow afternoon. It's about 9:30 Tuesday morning. A lot of things are packed up. I've worked all through the night. Collimated systems, I've got the sections of airliner out there, I've got the boxes. The truck is arriving in 3 hours. Now the reason I had to count that on my fingers is because I haven't slept in like 26 hours. So it's all going well. I've got to fork everything around the block now. Container's just rocked up here, getting into position, and we've now got 1 hour to load. Here we go. The whole warehouse is now empty. The sim is on its way to Australia, and unfortunately we weren't able to fit the collimated visual system into the container today. Working on a few things at the moment with that. We might be able to sort something out. Look how empty the room is now. Just got the big frame. Okay guys, that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't click off the video just yet because there's more to come afterwards. But today was so hectic. 40 plus degrees, 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit. It was so hot. I fainted twice. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news to share. We couldn't fit the collimated visual system into the container. There just was not enough room. So I'm making some phone calls to see what we're going to do with that. But pretty much, it's on its way down to Australia. Stay tuned. It's gonna be so nuts. See you in the next one. We've got such a big job ahead of us. He's coming. All right. Yep. I am really, really sad because... Oh, that's a write-off.